What is up, guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. I hope you guys are having a great week so far. I know it's been a few days since I've kind of sat down and filmed a video for you guys, but I kind of wanted to talk about this topic that I've been thinking about for a while now while I'm sitting outside of the gym waiting for my pre-workout to kick in. So I figured I'd film this video for you guys. In terms of the topic of this video, I really wanted to talk about how important dieting is when it comes to your just overall health, whether that's mental health, physical health, all the above. Your diet really does control so much, and I think a lot of people tend to forget about how important that is just because it's become normalized in our society to kind of just go with the flow, eat whatever's convenient, and a lot of people tend to forget that your nutrition directly correlates to everything else in your life, whether that's your mental health, whether that's your confidence in your body or just in yourself in general, how your skin looks, just all these things. Diet and nutrition is so important, and I think we're starting to enter into a period in society where, especially when it comes to the diet, everyone wants to take the shortcut. Everyone wants to take the GLP-1s, the retatrutide, the peptides. They want to take everything possible and risk their health in order to take dieting and make it a shortcut. They want to lose the weight as fast as possible. But in reality, that's not what it should be used for. These new drugs that are being created in order to aid in fat loss or anything like that, they should be used as a tool to help you and make things more efficient. They should not be a replacement for an actual healthy diet or a healthy routine and habits that you build. And so that's kind of what I want to get into is, if you want to lose weight, or you want to learn how to lose weight, or you want to just look the best you have in your entire life, don't go straight to these new peptides, or don't go straight to Ozempic. Now, this kind of correlates away from the fitness industry because we're seeing a lot more people that are completely foreign from working out or completely foreign from dieting properly. And we're seeing these people start to take GLP-1s in order to make it so fat loss is easy because it suppresses your appetite. And what we're seeing that this drug essentially is teaching these people that they need to be reliant on that drug in order to not eat so much food. They lose weight when they're on the GLP-1, and they gain the weight right back when they get off of the GLP-1 or the drug, because they never develop healthy eating habits when they aren't reliant on a substance like that. If you develop healthy eating habits while you are just existing and you understand the concept of a calorie surplus or a calorie deficit, then when you take these substances, for example, say you were wanting to take retatrutide for specifically fat loss, if you start taking that drug after you've already developed all the knowledge you need in order to lose weight, you're going to be very efficient when it comes to losing that weight. You will take retatrutide as an aid to burn that extra fat off. However, you will already understand the concept of what foods you should be eating, what foods you should avoid, how to hit your protein. You'll understand all that stuff. But it's the people that go into taking these substances with very little knowledge of their own body, or the nutrients they need to have a healthy looking body, that end up losing weight temporarily because they're suppressing their appetite. but they don't gain any meaningful knowledge from that. And they also don't gain any meaningful progress from it because it goes away if they were to stop taking this drug. And I think that's something that far too many people are kind of glazing over. I think a lot more people need to understand how important that is if you become reliant on something like that without the knowledge of how to do it naturally in the first place. Then that's where we're going to see a lot of issues when it comes to just people's overall health. Same goes for working out or anabolic steroids or anything like that. Now, obviously, it's very different from peptides, or I guess it's different. In my opinion, they tend to fall under the same category because it's injecting yourself with something that you are not fully knowledgeable of. You're not a doctor, so taking that next step to take the GLP-1 or take the peptide or even take the anabolic steroid, in my opinion, it's all under the same umbrella, because if you want to maximize that tool that you're going to start taking and becoming reliant on it, you should know how to do the fundamentals first. If you want to start, if your goal is to gain as much muscle and you know you're going to start taking an anabolic steroid like testosterone or anything like that, then you should know how to train as hard as possible and how to train properly for your body. You should be able to push yourself to failure, because in the end of the day, the anabolic steroid is going to help you gain muscle, but if you do not know how to gain muscle without that and actually translate it into the gym, then you're never going to see true progress. It's the same idea with that diet. If you don't know how to keep the weight off, if you don't know how to stay in a calorie deficit before you take the drug like Ozempic or retatrutide or anything like that, then when you get off of that drug, you're not going to see any progress. You're going to gain the weight back. So same goes for both fields. Obviously, one might be more extreme than the other for some people, but in my opinion, the fundamentals stay the same. If you can perfect everything before utilizing these tools, then you're going to see a ton of progress when you make that next step to decide to utilize those tools. And in my opinion, you are also just more knowledgeable and you'll be more conscious when it comes to making that decision to use the tool. Because if I know really well how to train in the gym and I know how to perfect my diet and all that stuff, then I'm coming at the decision to utilize these tools with a level head. Whereas if I don't know how to lose weight, I don't have any of that knowledge, then I'm going at that decision to start taking some of those substances at a very poor mindset. I'm going at the decision to start taking retatrutide, for example, based purely on the fact that I think it's going to solve my problems. And that's a very poor way of going about that. Whereas if I already know that I'm able to lose weight if I were to stick to a diet, if I've done it before, I've gained weight, I've gained muscle, I've done it all. So if I've done all that and I have that experience under my belt, then I'm only going to want to utilize that tool if I'm mentally ready to make use of it as efficient as possible and do it the right way, because I know I can lose weight without it. So making that decision to start utilizing it means it's only going to help me and it's going to make my progress actually be above what it could have been normally. Whereas these people that have never lost weight in their life, they're taking these drugs in hopes of finding a one trick pony. They want to find the solution to everything immediately. And that's not how it works. And these people will figure out that that's not how it works. If you want to lose weight and you want to keep it off, you're going to have to understand basic nutrition and your own body, because everyone's different. before you actually see those results stick. You might lose 20 pounds if you start taking these substances, even if you have no knowledge, but I promise you in the long run, if you want to keep that weight off or you actually want to look as healthy as you possibly can, you're going to need to understand proper nutrition. And so essentially the whole point of this little rant that I wanted to film for you guys while my pre-workout's kicking in before I go in the gym and hit a crazy chest day today is just to let you guys know that there really are no true shortcuts. If you want to take any of the substances that are coming out now, whether that's a peptide, whether that's Ozempic, or even if that's testosterone and you want to gain as much muscle as possible, in the end of the day, these substances are created as tools to make a normal process become more efficient and to help regulate a proper function, essentially. For example, retatrutide is purely used to make fat loss more efficient and help suppress your appetite. If you are someone that constantly deals with food noise and you're constantly thinking about food or eating some crazy foods that are going to ruin your diet, then it can be used as a tool to help suppress that. It is not created as something that you can eat whatever you want and still lose weight. That's not what it does. All it does is it makes your body utilize your fat cells more efficiently, and it will help burn off that last stubborn bit of fat, as well as suppressing your appetite to help mitigate you eating in excess. Same goes with anabolic steroids. Even though that's an extreme measure, all it does is it helps your body utilize protein synthesis and recovery more efficiently than it would naturally. And so naturally you will gain more muscle. But it's not meant to just automatically turn you into a professional bodybuilder. Like, you still have to put in the work. If you put in the work on your diet and you put in the work in the gym, then these substances can be utilized as tools to make you function more efficiently than you would normally. And so if you are able and you are knowledgeable enough and you are consistent enough to do all these things when it comes to the world of fitness without those tools, then maybe you can start thinking about utilizing those tools to your advantage. If you are very consistent in the gym, you're going 7 days a week or 6 days a week, and you are 90% locked in on eating super clean foods. Sure, maybe you go and have a nice meal with friends or family every once in a while, but if 90% of your time you're eating that meal prep or you're eating that Greek yogurt with whey protein and blueberries and all that stuff, like if you're eating really clean foods and you're pushing yourself in the gym and you can do that consistently and you're having no issues really sticking to that, then I think that's when you can start opening your mind up and realizing that these are going to be tools to help you. It's not cheating, it's helping you reach your goals and it's helping you operate as efficiently as possible. I'm someone that loves efficiency. I love working as hard as possible, and at some point your body will reach its limit. And that's something that I really am struggling with right now, is finding where that limit is. And when I kind of backpedal, once I hit that limit and I backpedal to kind of breathe, I think I'm not doing enough work. And so utilizing tools that help you with productivity or efficiency or just make you feel really good about all the work you're putting in to be better, it's not cheating. It's just understanding that you have priorities and some things need to be prioritized, And if you really want to just constantly operate at your maximum efficiency and you're focused on being efficient and you're working hard and all this stuff, then you shouldn't be afraid to utilize all the tools that you have available to you. It's when people that are lazy and unmotivated and they want to find the shortcut, it's when they use these tools as a shortcut that were never meant to be a shortcut. And I'm sorry for this long rant. This actually ended up being longer than I thought it would. But if you kind of understand what I'm saying is, if you are the type of person to really put in the work and you are consistent and you work hard and you have goals, then don't stop being so afraid to utilize the tools at your disposal. Do the right research and utilize the tools and do it the right way. Or if you're watching this and you understand deep down that you're a person that just doesn't work hard enough, you're trying to find an easy way out, you're trying to find an excuse for the reason you feel a certain way, then stop looking at these tools as a solution. Fix the basics first. Work out more consistently, eat cleaner foods more consistently, maybe track your calories, or if that's too much, just eat cleaner. There's a lot of things that you can improve on in your basics, and I guarantee you a lot of those problems that you were looking for the solution for in these substances, you will find that the problems will go away just from working out more, being more active, and really just pushing yourself and becoming more knowledgeable about your food, your diet, and just your fitness in general. So that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will try and post more here on this channel. It's just been a crazy week. I'm trying to recover a lot. It's my spring break, thankfully, but I go back to school this week, or actually by the time you guys are watching this, I'm already back in school, but I will still post every single week, probably a few videos a week. So stay tuned for more fitness content, and I will try and get a workout video here for you guys soon. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you did, feel free to leave a comment down below, ask me any questions, or leave your opinion on any of the stuff I talked about in this video. And just remember to keep grinding, keep working hard towards your goal, and make people remember your name. Peace out, guys. I'll see you in the next one.